From the roots where the earth still speaks, to the fire where they always breathe. Hands of wisdom, time can't erase. Every drop got a story to say. Slow it down, feel the rhythm inside. This ain't rush, this is sacred design. From the soil to the soul to the light, what you hold is a gift of life. You are, feel it in your soul. Give it, let the story unfold. Ancestral power in every drop. This that legacy, this don't stop. You are rooted deep in you. Give it, yes, pure and true. Not something you drink, you receive. This that energy you believe. Hey, hey. Ooh, Luwadi. Oh, Luwadi. Give it. This is where your elders hit and drums sing true.
Welcome, family. Welcome to another episode of King Simon Presents Only Quality People. And we have a special Grandmaster that's coming in, one of the top soldiers under the late, great Dr. Moses Powell. That those who want to find out who the warriors within, as far as yourself is concerned, this man is the epitome, one of the epitomes of the warrior within. Learning to find the warrior within with Grandmaster Sayfullaah will be with us today at the top of the hour. So I can't wait for him to come on because he is having a major seminar in Atlantic City, tribute to the late great Dr. Moses Powell. It's called Grandmaster Sayfullaah's Sanukus Rule Self-Defense Seminar, and it's happening on Saturday, June the 13th in Atlantic City at Haraz Restaurant at 777 Haraz Boulevard in Atlantic City. Doors open from 1 till 4 p.m. It's going to get going from 1 to 4 p.m. So people can get there probably around 12 o'clock. You know, vendors and everybody will probably be there from, of course, 1 to 2, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And of course, it's $60 in advance, $75 after June 11th, $35 for spectators advance, and $50 for spectators after June 11th. If you want to find out further information about this great event happening in Atlantic City, courtesy of my brother from out of Philadelphia, believe me, family, you want to call that number, and the number is 610 504 3833. That's 610 504 3833. So we're going to be there. The family is going to be there. That's going to be a powerful display of greatness on that particular day. So you want to be in the building. So I'm proud to be promoting our dear brother. And of course, he's coming up momentarily. So enough respect to him. Right now, family, take the time out. If you know any people in martial arts or those that are interested in martial arts, take the time out to like, subscribe, and share with those that are on the journey to be better. Tell them to click the bell and to be notified, because King Simon is in the mother flipping building. You know, I don't say the curse words. I don't say those German words. They're not French. They are German. But sometimes they may slip every now and then when I'm angry or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But also, you can also donate to the station and donate to the channel right here. I'm going to put it in the chat, but I'm going to pin the actual link to the seminar in the chat also. So let me make sure. Big up to everybody that's coming in the chat right now. Devin, what's up, sir? Big up to, of course, let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure that this is going into the chat. I want to make sure those who want to donate come into the chat. Boom, 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 bap. There it is. If you want to donate to our channel, Desiree, big up to you, Desiree. Big up to you. Big up to everybody that's broadcasting live and watching me on Instagram too. Big up to the Instagram family. Big up to Imani. Big up to Kathia. Big up to Soke Hassan, also on Instagram watching. Gwen watching, Tweak watching, Isley watching, everybody that's tuning in on Instagram also. Enough respect to all of you. Soke Hassan is in the building. I am honored, sir. I got to get you on my channel. Stop playing. We got to do this. You got books out and all kinds of stuff. But today's topic It's called Learning to Find the Warrior Within. Let me make sure that is learning to find, make sure two is right there. Find the warrior within with our great martial artist. Man, when I say this brother coming up at the top of the hour is a phenomenal artist under Sanuka's Root Jiu Jitsu, and we're gonna go into a story. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get in from when he was young to now. You know, we got an hour. We're gonna have a good time. So just prepare for that. Sit back, lay back, and share, like, and tell people, you know, that King Simon, brother King Simon, is in the building right here. King Simon presents only quality people. I don't present the drama. I present only quality people. Just want to remind you, the next interview coming up will be with my brother, the one, the only John Carr. Black Music Month series start in the month of June. So on June the 3rd at 8 p.m., we have the beloved John Carr. He's the brother that sang at the Million Women's March. Okay, so enough respect to him. He's a music life coach. He's also a respected vocalist and composer. Also, he's into the martial arts. Also, him and his beautiful wife, Abundance Child. And we're going to be speaking about learning to find your voice, your unique voice in as far as music is concerned. So Black Music Month starts in June. Also, Mental Health Month is starting in June. Man's Mental Health Month, I believe, and I think August is another form of it. But again, family, take the time out to like, subscribe, and share. All right. My next lesson, as far as numbers is concerned, remember, numerology is the study of numbers, and that's what I do on my channel. I'm a very good purveyor of numbers and the use of numbers. In the Quran, it says over it is 19. In the Bible, there's a book of numbers. There's a reason why these numbers are showing up. And the creator, Allah, whatever you call him or her, is the creation of numbers. And what I do is a thing called numerovation, where I motivate you with your numbers so you can be a better person. I tell people, don't worship numbers, don't worship astrology, don't worship any of that. I remember the Imam Siraj, great Imam, one of my dear friends, Imam Siraj, born March the 11th, said to me, you know, he said, Brother Simon, or Muhammad, that he used to call me by my Muslim name. He said, Brother Muhammad, you know, he said, in Islam and even certain religions, astrology and numerology has a gray area because people end up worshiping it. But he understands from reading my book. He bought my book right out of my hand. So big up to Imam Siraj that bought my book. No, Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated, right out of my hands almost 10 years ago. And he said, as long as people don't worship it and understand that it is a guidance, a form of guidance, but make sure that all of your praise go to the most, the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as he said to me. He made sure that he respected what I was doing, and he read my book and he went through my book and realized that I wasn't promoting it to be worship. I promoted it to be like a GPS. Everybody's using, even Muslims, Christians, everybody using GPS. And GPS, the founding team member of the GPS is Miss Gladys West, who was a founder of the GPS, using mathematics and numbers and the way you use numbers in this day and time on how to guide you. So even knowing your birthday and your name can be a guidance for you, but don't take it away from your guidance and your connection to your almighty creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as most people might say in Islam. So that's what I do when I talk about my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability. So it's all right to do a session with me, because I'm always going to connect you to your creator, and why your creator probably allowed you to have that name or number, or why your parents even chose that name, or you're born on that frequency or that birthday frequency. It's very important. I don't tell people to worship it. I tell people to be guided by it. Both positive and negative, it reveals that. So, man, it is now 7 o'clock, and we're going to bring up our dear brother. Before I do that, just want to remind you, I will be teaching a lesson on the Ministry of Numerovation presents the numerational, physical, spiritual, and physical perspective of the sacred meaning of comedy and tragedy, the duality of this thing. I'm going to break down the words and the numbers connected to it, and why we must learn to understand the duality of life when it comes to laughter and also going through trauma. I'm going to go through that. Also, just want to big up my dear friend that is doing a comedy show coming up. Big up to my dear friend A.G. White. These are great comedians. June the 12th is happening in IHOP in New York City, over there on Flatlands. I went to the other one last month and it was great. Beautiful. Big up to all these great comedians. Two of them I know, and the DJ I know. So it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful spectacle. And also, if you are into relationships, Dr. Baruti and his beautiful wife, Mama Ya Baruti, is doing a relationship conference on June the 6th. Make sure you support them. Make sure you go and call them and find out how you could be a part of it, even for teens, even for couples, even for single people. If you want to be counseled by this great couple who's been together for about 41 years, give them, go get a consultation with them if you are going into a relationship or developing a relationship with somebody you might care about. Okay. Also, guess what, family? I will be one of the MCs and the host for the International African Arts Festival, and I will be part of the grand opening, the opening ceremony, the 2026 libation happening at the Billie Holiday Theater on June the 7th. So I can't wait. Of course, the International African Arts Festival will be held at a new location called Lincoln Terrace Park over there off of Eastern Parkway and in Brooklyn and Utica Avenue, not too far from a block over actually. And it's going to be from July the 3rd to July the 5th. So we're going to be in the park. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to be on the stage. We're going to have fun. We're going to do what we got to do. All right. So I see my elder in the backstage now. Woo, before I bring on this elder, I got to play a video. I got to play a video. Before I bring on this elder, I got to play a video because this is taking me way back. And of course, it's going to be of his teacher who he's saluting on June the 13th. Of course, it's going to be that. And then I'm going to play his video that I found on YouTube of him. But anything that he does is in salute of his teacher, Dr. Moses or Musa Muhammad or Dr. Moses Powell. So without further ado, let me bring on this video first, and let's share what our dear Doc, whom I love, used to converse with all the time inside When Worlds Collide, all the time. He used to show me love all the time. Although because I wasn't a black belt, I couldn't get on the mat. He still showed me love and conversation, showed me moves also right there in the barbershop area of When Worlds Collide. So let's talk about the Doc real quick. All right, hold on one second. Check this out.
My name is Moses Powell. I've been studying jiu-jitsu for the last 20 years. I'm the master of Florendo Visitational. And at this particular time, I'm a senior master in the art of jiu-jitsu Te and jiu-jitsu Ryu.
I'd have to turn off the sound because I don't want them to give me a copyright strike, but I want y'all to look at Dr. Moses Powell in his prime.
Jiu-jitsu in Japanese means the gentle art. Its movements seem as soft and flowing as water. The jiu-jitsu master gives way, letting his opponent's own power and weight defeat him. Hitting him is like crashing into a door that you expect to be locked, but isn't. He senses your balance or lack of it. He pushes when pulled, pulls when pushed. As the Chinese book, the I Ching, says, under heaven, nothing is more soft and yielding than water. Yet for attacking the solid and strong, nothing is better. It has no equal.
You can't take a man and tell him he must be rigid when he flows, like a stream.
I had never seen jiu-jitsu done. And to see this huge person just flying through the air and rolling out, not making a sound, is very beautiful and very frightening.
He's big and he's fast and he's knowledgeable and he's a gentleman. And he's an exceptional man.
My type of rollouts are not like you might take it. Like it just looks beautiful, but it's a very dangerous thing because if I can attack with those, then it's something else, And most people just look at it and say, it's unbelievable. They don't even see the point because whoever blocked the rollout?
have to turn off the sound because I don't want any copyright strike. Look at the moves, family. Look at the moves.
The greatest speed, but always keep him unbalanced because you think that he's really getting over, but you're coming in also. See, when a man drives towards you and you move back, you take away strength. Whereas he's driving towards you, you move towards him, and then respecting him, you sidestep him with the circle motion and destroy his whole balance structure. If I touch you, you can forget it. I have you.
Dr. Moses Powell, family. Dr. Moses Powell. Woo! I can't tell you how much I highly respect anyone that practice this system, but anybody that practice any system. But because I was introduced to Doc from when through a picture since I was 8 years of age, my cousin showed me a picture of Dr. Moses Powell and Master Duncan when I was 8 years old. And I never forgot that picture. I don't know where my cousin found it because he was in Jamaica at that time. He got it from Jamaica. And when I finally got to link up with the Nation of Islam, thanks to the Nation of Islam through GM Anthony, and of course Shion Wayne, and of course Professor Bill, and a whole host of people that came through When Worlds Collide. Also got to meet this brother years ago. He probably don't remember, but you know, I seen these brothers come to When Worlds Collide, and you couldn't always be in the black belt cast if you wasn't black belt. That's one thing, you know. It's not like back in the day everybody used to train, but they made a certain standard. But the brother that I'm about to bring on has been doing it for over plus 30 plus years, probably going on 40 right now. And he was also in the Nation of Islam. Make no sense out of it. These brothers was in the nation. They know their stuff. And y'all know back in those days, it was some devastating times. And they were some real serious brothers. So without further ado, before I even show his video, I want to bring on the great Grandmaster himself. Let me get my applause button up because I got to give him a round of applause. This brother deserves it. Let's bring on the great Grandmaster. Grandmaster Sayfullaah. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How you doing? Let me remove this out the way. How you doing, beloved?
I'm alive. Alhamdulillah wa alameen. You know, and it's so great. You know, I really want to thank you and the audience that's tuned in with us. You know, for a great, wonderful opportunity. I'm very honored that you have asked me, a little guy like me. I'm just a little guy. You know, come on and share some of my experiences in the world of the martial arts with so many beautiful people.
Man, Soke Hassan is in the building. So everybody's tuning in, brother, from all over. So and I'm honored to have you, brother, because I know even for those that's going to watch later, it's going to be very important. Let me let people know. Let me share your link. So let's take care of that business because you got a great event coming up. I want you to talk about it real quick while I'm sharing your link. Talk about June 13th, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, June 13th, we'll be in Atlantic City at Haras Resort. I'll be doing the Snooker's Through Self-Defense seminar. We run that seminar from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And I got to thank Seafood Cliff. Actually, I was headed to Trinidad to take care of some business, and he he kind of asked me to come and help him out with his event. So this I'm helping him out with his event. But he liked to ask Sanukas, and he has a great respect for Dr. Moses Powell. And so I'm filling in, and I got some. I'm not doing it alone. I got some help coming in there, help me out. And that'll be Soki Osei K. Bowman, the phenomenon.
One of my teachers, yes, sir.
That's right. And I got a guru of Farouk Gibbs coming in, and also Seafood Nick Thornton. So they'll be dealing with the weapons part. I'll be dealing with the empty hand part. And if you get your tickets before June the 11th, Then for the participants is $60, and
Right.
for the spectators is 35. After June 11th, the tickets go up to 75 for the participants, and then it'll go up to $50 for the spectators. So
Mm.
you got time to get it in. We're gonna have a great time. When I was a DJ, I used to say, pat your foot on the rock, and don't you ever stop, 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 stop. So therefore,
Wait a minute. You was a DJ once before?
yeah, that's another part. I'm telling too much of my life.
Look, sir, I was a radio DJ and a club DJ too, so it's good. We got some similarities.
Yeah, I was a DJ in WPEB in Philadelphia. I got hired to do their radio show. Once the person who brought me into that radio station, he died, uh,
Wow.
and they filled me, let me fill in to take his place. So I was a
Wow.
radio too. So yeah, it's a few couple things, but June 13th is going to be a little bit different the way I'm going to run what I'm going to be focusing on. Um,
Right.
and like I tell everybody, even I appreciate, I see some people that are signing up that's not part of Sanukas, but like Dr. Moses Powell always said, don't throw away what you have, but just add Sanukas to it and make it that much better.
It makes it much better. That's right. Right. I have I'm actually showing the website on now. So y'all are looking at it right now in front of us right now in real time. So y'all can always go to that website. I got it on pinned to the top of the chat. And you want to make sure you're in the building to support what our dear Grandmaster is doing alongside others. Again, he has some great people that's going to be passing through Kung Fu and Karate Expo, of course, presented by Grandmaster Sayfullaah, and of course, Sanuka's Roof Self Defense. And great instructor Soke Osei K. Jones, Sanuka's Landing, Sifu Mick Thornton, right?
Yes,
That's the
right.
name. Okay. Defense Against Stick Attack, Guru Farouk Gibbs, Edge Weapons Offense, and of course, it's going to be happening on June 13th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. over there, Haraza, of course, resorts. You want to be there in Atlantic City, man. Y'all want to be there. Don't you miss it. And the link is pinned to the top of the chat just to keep on supporting our brother and family, brother. Anything else you want to say
Yeah,
about it?
just one key point. Seafood, like I said, this is part of the Seafood Cliff
Yes.
Expo 20, Kung Fu and Karate Expo 20.
Hmm.
And what happens, the people who purchase the ticket for my event, which is 1 to 4, it includes interest into his expo from 9
Okay.
to 4:30.
Good.
Okay,
Good.
so
Okay.
you the person coming in at 9 o'clock. They got it. They're waiting to get in at 1 o'clock. They can enjoy the expo for it's included in the ticket price for the Sanukas seminar.
Okay, okay. So now we got all of that out the way, Baba, and now it's time to talk. Now it's time to dance, sir.
Yeah, well, hey, I used to be cooking on the dance floor,
I thought so. Y'all Philly dudes know how to dance.
Hey, hold on, throw away my New York.
Okay, you're from New York. You're from New York.
Brooklyn, brother, Brooklyn,
Where,
Brooklyn, the
where you
Bronx.
you born in Brooklyn?
I'm born at Knickerbocker Hospital
Oh,
in
get out of
Brooklyn, New
here.
York.
In
I'm a
Brooklyn, New York.
I'm a native New Yorker. Don't notice it by
Candy,
now.
Candy State, Candy State. You're not singing Candy State. No, no, not Candy State. State of New York. I used to play that music. Remember, I was on WWRL, so I played that stuff. I was on WWRL. Bob Law hired me, so yeah. Oh man, brother. First of all, what got you into the martial arts? Did you get into it from young? Did your parents introduce you? How did you get into martial arts? What intrigued you to get into the martial arts or fighting in any way?
All right. I lived at down in Manhattan, but I eventually wound up in from Brooklyn to Manhattan, and I found up in the Forest McKinney projects, neighborhood projects, at
Yes.
163rd and 10th Avenue in the South Bronx.
Mm.
So I used to watch The Man from Uncle. I used to watch In Like Flint.
Yes.
Yeah, right. 007, James Bond.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at that time, they was using what's called the karate chop.
Yes. Yes.
It was-
Yes. Yes.
and people don't. A lot of people don't realize it that judo does have striking and kicking in it. You
Yes.
know,
It
um,
does.
I learned from Papa San he trained at the Kodokan in Japan, and he
Great
told me
fighter.
that all of the judokins, before they really got into the classes for judo,
Yeah.
they were required to take 6 months of karate
Mm.
and then come in. Because I was fighting him in the bathroom one day. He was second dan from Japan. And he started kicking and back. I said, "Wait, hold on, what's going on?" He said, "Ah, no, this is judo." I said, "Okay." I said, "What's on now?" So what happened with me? I saw it and I liked it
Right.
because in the projects, my best friend Kevin Austin, he was the fastest runner in the project. I was the second fastest runner in the
Okay.
project.
Hmm.
So I got tired of getting beat up. I couldn't fight a lick. But I was if you can catch me, then I was in trouble. But most of the time I was able to run away. So um, one day I was going. My mother was sending me to the supermarket, and
Hmm.
I went to the market. And on
Right.
my way back from the market, I saw these people with gis on, with karate suits. I said, "Ooh," and the students had to be a brown. I guess he was taking a break from the class, and it's right at the community center. So I looked at there and I went inside because I'm curious. And in there was at that time, you know, uh, uh, well, I call him Grandmaster now, but it was essentially Yates, James
Hmm.
Walker Yates, right? He tall, he looked like Malcolm X.
Mm.
So he gave me an application and told me to take it to my mother and sign it. I was at the time I was 9 years old.
Hmm.
So I ran down to my building 750, which was the building I lived in on 11th floor, apartment 11C. So my
Hmm.
mother at that time, she was just glad to get me out the house, you know.
Of
So
course.
yeah, so she'd give me some money, or so when I told her about the karate class, and she said, "Come on, boy," she signed the paper, and I ran down there, and I started that day, and I
Right.
never forgot it because I got introduced to two things:
Hmm.
exercise.
Right.
I mean,
Yes.
for real exercise.
Yes, sir.
I got introduced to the horse stance, kibadashi.
Yes. Give it right.
My leg was shaking, right? So that's how I got started. I got started, and what was so amazing, um, there were we had three clubs in the projects.
Hmm.
There was the Playboy Club, which Zachary was a part of. Zachary was
Right.
tall like a giraffe. Zachary and the Playboys. Then there was the Superhero Club. And the
Hmm.
Superhero Club, they was like, Spider-Man, the Hulk. And then there was a
Right.
club I was a part of called the Secret Agent Club. And I was
Mm.
007, you know. So and those three clubs, we fought each other.
Yes.
So what happened was at that time, the women and girls class was separate from the men and the boys class.
Right.
And what I didn't know, now that's August of 1965. That's a very important date
Wow.
because what I later learned, what I learned later on, that was that both of my instructors were bodyguards for Malcolm X.
Oh, wow.
So what Tyler and uh, Malcolm X had got assassinated in February, on February 21st, 1965.
That's right.
So my instructors opened the school after that,
Mm.
and that's who I was with Yates and McBride.
Right.
So
Right.
I started with them two, and
Uh-huh.
I didn't it wasn't my intention to be in all these years. I just wanted to learn a little taste how I can get people off my back. That was my
Okay.
goal. That was it. Not to be doing promotions and having doing all the stuff I did. It's amazing. Allah is the best of planners. Men plan and Jim plan, but Allah is the best of planners.
That's the
So
fact.
with the girls' class, there was a guy named Junior, and his sister was in the class. Now my sister Sarah is amazing. I couldn't beat the guy that she beat up for me, but I could beat her. That was a thing. That was a thing there. So
Yes, sir.
what happened was Junior was messing with me one day outside, and we used to have these chains. It's like a road chains that would block off people from getting to stand in the grass. So
Yeah.
I was by the chain, and Junior was messing with me. So his sister came by. She said, "Leave him alone." He turned around and said, "What you talking?" He said, "Don't let me have to do what I have to do to you. Leave him alone."
Mm-hmm.
He jumped up, and she put a move I had never seen before. You know,
Mm-hmm.
on the TV, in the movies, she put a
Yeah.
move, and Junior was down on the ground. Her brother, her older brother, she was younger than him, right? So what I found out was the women in the girls' class was ahead of us.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
The Junior was in the class too. It was ahead of us,
Right.
and it was amazing. I really enjoyed it because like I learned that the martial art, especially it was Shotokan karate. Like my dear twin tiger brother Derek
Yeah.
Williams. He always said there's a difference between Shotokan and Shotokan. All right, so
Yeah.
so we were studying authentic traditional Shotokan karate.
Mm-hmm. Right.
What I noticed that Sensei Ye take us to the Yankee Stadium. I got a chance to see Mickey Mantle hit home runs. All right,
Wow.
he would take us also to track and field meets, and
Mm-hmm.
we would run the field. We have refreshments, hot dogs, and sodas. So when I came to karate, it was like a family atmosphere, and I learned it was more than just about kicking and punching.
Right.
More than
Right.
just about kicking and punching. So that's how
You
I
know,
got my start at 9.
I'm glad you mentioned a lot of the different shows that we used to watch that we used to see people do martial arts, or Bruce Lee back in the day and all that kind of stuff.
On the cable,
Jim
that's right.
Kelly, Ron Van Cleef, everybody was doing. I mean, I'm born '67, so I started getting all that stuff later on, going into the
That's right.
'60s, going into the '70s. So, how important is television shows like how important are television shows like those that can influence young people and even women and children to get into self-defense or protecting themselves? How important are those shows from your
Well,
perspective?
it's a positive effect, but then there's a negative effect also.
Right,
And the
right.
positive, which I experienced, is that I eventually got to go to a real school and
Mhm.
learn the real way of doing. Television and movies, they're acting. You
Yes, of
know,
course, of course.
so you let me see. I gotta share that with Bill Cosby.
Oh yeah.
So he said that he got this he used to watch those TV shows we talk about, right?
Yes.
Remember, I think he was in one too called I Spy, right? But they
Yes,
don't.
that's
Right.
right.
So he said he loved the move, so he went, and I did the same thing back in the you probably remember this. They were selling those movies, those books for like $1.50
Yes,
or $5, and you learn how to
yes,
defend yourself. You be the most ultimate martial artist there
yes.
is.
Yep.
So he said he brought the book. He brought the book. He said he learned the moves. He practiced night and day, night and day. Got it perfect. He said the first move he was studying was somebody come behind you with a gun and they want your money, right? So he said the move said that you first of all put your hands up, right? Put your hands up,
Uh-huh.
and then you slowly take a deep breath, and then get your hand ready, and then you whip around and throw the chop to the neck and knock the person out and walk on out. So he
Right.
said he practiced move over 100 times, over and over and over and over again. He said now it's time for him to try it out. He said I'm going down the darkest alley where I can get some trouble, but somebody can come in and try to take my money. He said I'm gonna
Right.
leave a little money out, so they can see it too. So he said he's walking down the dark alley, and he's walking, and he got the move in his head. He learned this move, he practiced this move. He said, then all of a sudden it happened. Someone came up behind him. Give me all your money. Put the gun in his back. He said, my hand. He said, I braced myself. He said, I put my hand up in the air. He said, I took a deep breath. He said, and I got myself ready for the move and turned around to the chop. And it was a midget. And the midget said, so what are you trying to do? I'm going to blow your kneecaps off.
That's funny.
So
Wow.
that's the negative effect from the TV you get in the book.
Exactly.
You
That's
don't know.
funny.
You don't have. You don't have the proper. You need a teacher. You can't do it by yourself. You need a teacher, right? To show
Exactly.
you a teacher who knows, right? We're
Right.
not talking about the what we call what their twin tiger brother Derek Williams said that as we learned from Mozawa, the kushi bushi type of teacher or person, the mouth warrior, you
Right. Right.
know,
Mount
that
Warrior. Exactly.
that
And not
that
talk open the mouth.
get themselves and get themselves and get you killed out there on the street.
So
So
yeah.
that's the negative effect. The positive effect is that it encouraged me to find a school.
Right.
You know, I desired to want to do that, but I
Right.
did it the right way. I didn't go around, everybody kung fu fighting and kicking and throwing punches. I mean, we did that when we thought we knew what we was doing. We was fighting the secret agent club. The superhero club and the
Right.
Playboy club.
Right.
But we didn't know what we were doing. But when you got in that school under a qualified, disciplined instructor,
Right.
that made a difference.
But
That made a difference.
now, Grandmaster Sayfullaah, what year did you meet Dr. Powell? Let's go move a little forward. What year did you meet Dr. Powell and started studying under him?
Okay, I got to go back now. We got to start back when I was in junior high school. Junior high school, 80, 100,
Wow.
Machilla Parkway. All right.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm studying, and with one time we had a substitute teacher. So you have a substitute teacher. The class just went wow.
They
So you
wow.
remember we had those closets that we used to open up and put our clothes in,
Right.
our coats in, right? So this in my class was a guy named Donald.
Mm-hmm.
And Donald, he knew martial arts, and I knew martial arts. So we went in the coat closet.
Right.
He jumped up and he mentioned the name. That's the first time I heard it, Moses Powell, right? Because I was training under Nathaniel McBride,
McDonald
right?
McBride.
Who happened to be the first Grandmaster in Sanukas, right?
Right.
I was training under him, but I didn't know who he was because I met him like 6 months after starting with Sensei Yates.
Right.
So when he came in the dojo. He was wearing a white belt the first week, second week a yellow belt, then the green belt, then the brown belt, then finally came with the black belt. And I'm saying, wow, this guy got the most fastest promotions that I ever heard of. He must be really good. But when he wore his black belt, he fought the whole class. He had 50 people in the class, and that was Rory and everybody else. Man, he was throwing them around. I stayed in the back. I had a white belt. I said, oh no, I ain't going in that. But he would come and teach us, but he was studying with Dr. Moses Powell too.
Wow.
But I didn't know we were studying St. Lucas at that time. We had St. Lucas and we had Shotokan. I didn't know that, you
Right.
know. So anyway, getting back to Donald said Dr. Moses Powell. I said Yakin Bride, Shotokan.
Mhm.
We fought. Now remember, this is very important. Me meeting Dr. Moses Powell because I think you're gonna laugh again. So,
Yeah.
so I moved to. I didn't move. I got kidnapped. That's what I tell everybody. I got kidnapped to Philadelphia,
Right. Okay.
and I didn't go by choice.
Who kidnapped you to Philly?
But alhamdulillah that I have my Philadelphia roots. I'm a great martial artist, and I'm thankful to Ernest Paramore Sensei for that being the first dojo I stepped in Philadelphia.
Okay.
But
Okay.
so
Okay.
now I'm in Philadelphia.
Yes, sir.
I'm training by myself. Well, no, excuse me. No, if he's listening to this, my uncle Skeet, I'm over him by like a month.
Right.
He's my mother's youngest brother. I thank him because I had a Uki and a practice partner all the way up until to black belt. So me and him every day we going at it.
Right.
So I got to Philadelphia. Me and him was practicing. And one thing Sensei Yates always told me, he says, if you ever have a problem down there, call us and we'll be down there to take care of the problem for you. That's that old school boy.
That's old school. That is old school,
So,
sir. Yes, sir.
so I did develop a problem down in my house, and I was telling Sensei Yates, I said it's hard. I don't have a routine. I'm not going to a dojo down here, and it's hard. He said, don't worry about it. I'm gonna take care of it for you.
Mhm.
Next thing I know, this big book came to my house. Big package. You know what the book was? This is Karate by Masato Oyama. Ah,
Wow.
called the Karate Bible, right?
Wow.
he,
Wow.
he said, study that. And when you come to New York, 'cause every chance I got, I went back to New York to train. You know, every festival day they had, every celebration day or weekend sometime, I'd be back in New York training. You know, so I studied that book and then I'll give it everything. Got corrected. Got corrected. I went in Mr. Paramore's dojo, and I became an instructor from him. That's when I met John Crudup, Tommy Harper, and a couple of others, Harold Washington, you know,
Right.
Charles Robertson. Those good martial artists. I
Right.
met them at that dojo. So my teaching was different because I would teach I'm teaching what I learned from New York.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
I eventually got kicked out of the dojo.
Mhm.
You know, and it's over. I'll never forget his name. The little boy name was Tin Man. He was crying, and they thought I hit him or something, but I didn't hit him. I was just hollering at him. You
Right.
know, we
Right.
can
Right.
act together. You know, we train men in here. There ain't no boys in here. You know,
Right.
and but they didn't like that. So I got kicked out. So one day I'm walking down the street in West Philly.
Hmm.
Now that school was in Southwest. I'm in West Philly now, and I hear this good old karate. You know, I can smell it. That good old karate. Mmm. Right?
Right.
New York style. Mmm. So I put my head in the dojo and I saw the instructor. He had the 3 parts in his head. He had the Tong Dojo patch on this gi and it said Tong Dojo. I said, whoa. I said, this is where I belong at. So I went in there and sat down, watched the class. And before the reason how I got into that class was that I was with the other AYA, the American Youth Academy, Mr.
Hmm.
Paramore. I was representing them, and I fought in his tournament. He Sensei Usman of the Salam gave a
Hmm.
tournament, and I won. In kata, first
Hmm.
place, and then I fought for first place for Kamite. And
Hmm.
I actually to the day I still say I won. 2 judges ruled for the person I was fighting, Bobby Graham, great martial artist, and
Right.
my 2 for me. So since Howard Adderley had to make a decision, so he went with Bobby Graham.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
win some, lose some. So
Right.
I went to Sensei Abdul Salam, and he told me that I could keep my black belt on because I won in his tournament.
Mm.
So um, I had to fight him though. So we fought, and he allowed me to come there. Now, so one day he calls me on the phone. He says, "I need you to come to the dojo. Here's the answer to your question."
Yes,
He said,
sir.
"I need you to come to the dojo." He said, "Because I got to pick up um, Musa."
Mm.
And remember, this is 1975. I started
Wow.
in yeah, this is 1975. A lot of people don't know I knew Doc back that long. so, so 1975, Doc had did The War Within, the movie.
Yes, I just showed
That's
part of
right.
it.
That's right. So when he said, I knew he was talking about, I said, what? He said, I need all my students, especially the black, all of them be at the dojo and be lined up when I bring Musa to the dojo. I was so happy. I said, whoa, that's my teacher's teacher.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I was in the dojo, lined up, and wow, I'll never forget it. When he brought Doc through that door, he had a black Cadillac, Sensei Osman Abdul Salam. And Doc loved that black Cadillac. And he brought him to the dojo. I never forget that Doc took the whole space of the doorway. He filled the whole doorway, right?
Wow.
I said,
Wow.
"Ooh!" I said, "Wow, he's big in person." So he came in, gave salutations. He went, and then he got dressed. He came on the floor. Now this
Right.
is the good part. Remember I
Yeah.
told you about Donald, right? Don't
Yes.
forget Donald. Donald plays a big part in what's happening next.
Right. Right.
So it's so sweet this technique that Doc did, man. So sweet. Boom, boom, boom. Go down. Pull the man leg out. Bap, bap, bap. I mean, it was beautiful, right? Not a sound, just so smooth and graceful.
Right.
So he did it. He said, Sensei Donald's going to take over, right? So Sensei Donald goes on the floor. He said, I need a lookie. He looked around the room. He said, oh, you. He pulled me up on the floor. I said, okay, I can take it,
Mhm.
what my instructors put on me as, okay, whatever let's do this. I
Right.
felt good because, he called me out of everybody in the class
Right.
and he put a whooping on me. And the students in the class kept on, he said, anybody want to see it again? They said, yes, do it
Yes.
again. Right? Man, I'm getting a whooping. Right? I said, what in the world? This pain is coming on me. So this is about the 19th time now. I said, if we go through this one more time, this is gonna be a rumble in this dojo. Because I ain't taking this looking like this and just lay down on it. It's better to give than to receive. Right?
Right.
So he didn't do it the next time, and then Doc took the class, and that's how I first met Dr. Morales. He started coming down to Philadelphia.
Right.
And I started my first training, under him at Sensei Osman Abdus Salam school called the Greater Philadelphia Karate Institute.
Right. Right. Right.
And a couple years later, it didn't dawn on me until years later. I'm talking about maybe 10 years later. I'm thinking one day, I said, I'm telling the person about the story. I said, yeah, Sensei Donald. Sensei Donald. Wait a minute. Is that the same Donald I was in the closet with back in junior high school? He said Noses Powell, and I said Jason McBride, Shotokan, and he remembered me, but I didn't remember him, so he pulled me up on the floor and gave me that behind whipping. It was all good. It was all good.
Now, back in those days with Doc, he was in the Nation of Islam, of course. Now, were you in the Nation too? You was in the Nation also, right? At one point.
Yeah, I came after Dr. Muhammad was taken back.
Okay.
So I came after that, and I was under ABX in Philadelphia at 12 feet down on South Street.
Right. Now, what was the training of martial arts in the Nation a little different back then than it is probably now? You would say.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
Yeah. Right.
You got good people,
right?
Who have that training directly from Dr. Moses Powell.
Yes, sir.
That the members of the Nation, they're fortunate, they're blessed to be having that type of training. All Muslims should be trained. Allah tells us in the Quran, prepare, pray for them, and everywhere you can in seize a war. So we should be training, but you have people like Grandmaster Abdulaziz, as we just know him, Anthony Muhammad.
Right. That's right. That's
right. You have Professor James Sims.
Yes, sir.
That's right. And they're active. They're active now, and they're bringing out some nice students out of the Nation. But we talking about martial arts. These they're no joke. Now, back then, it was rough because you came out there. I was just talking to somebody earlier, Jonathan. I was talking to Jonathan and letting them know, when I came up in the tournaments, it was, we didn't have no safety equipment, and it was. I went to a tournament to defend my life. I didn't go there for the trophy because when I fill out the application back there, it says not responsible for any injury, including death. That's right. So back then, the training was we trained on concrete, cement floors, and we didn't need no mats. There's no mats in the street. Some of us probably paid for it later on, but during that time, we loved it. So when you got people like Grandmaster Abdulaziz, and you got Professor James Sims and other that's out there.
Okay, Little John and yes, sir.
Well, they're not teaching the Nation. We talking about teaching the Nation.
Yeah, the Nation. Right. Yes, right.
So I know these two are they're actually in the Nation, and they're teaching the soldiers.
But okay, he used to fill in for Dr. Abdulaziz. He used to fill in for us at the When Worlds Collide, fill in for him, and he used to train us sometimes. Yeah.
You definitely know the training was I say it was a bit more severe than it
Yes.
is, a
Yes.
bit more severe than it is today. You
That's
know,
right.
so okay, El Presidente, I didn't know. See, I learned something else about you there. You feeling for about the teaching the nation. That you know, like I
Yeah.
say, that's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. No, he called us a few times, man, and had us in horse stance for 45 minutes, beating us. I mean, he had us going back in the day.
Hey, it was all out of love, you know,
Oh,
because
yes, it was all
the thing
love.
is, they wanted to make sure that they get home safely,
And
you
you
know.
know, I was watching your video, and I'm going to show a piece of that in a few
Uh-oh.
seconds. Yeah, yeah. I just want to make sure I don't get any copyright strikes. But
No, no, it wasn't a problem. It wasn't
I
a problem.
noticed I noticed that, you know, in the video, the warrior within video, you was speaking about you're speaking about, if you want peace, prepare for war.
Yeah.
Training is important. Pursue justice, not vengeance. Revenge is
Oh,
emotional, and about punishment also. And it's not sports. This is self defense. Let's go to that part,
oh,
because I know Doc wasn't a fan of going out there for tournaments. I know he wasn't
no,
a fan of tournaments,
no,
and
no.
because the Snookus was real street. And before that, he had his own. He had another name for it back in the day. What was the other name that Doc had before he called it Snookus, if you remember?
Self-defense complete.
Self-defense complete. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, why wasn't he a fan, from your perspective? Why would you think he wasn't a fan of tournaments like that?
Well, number one, you got rules and regulations.
Yeah, that's right.
So you don't have no rules and regulations.
Out of the
I'm gonna
street.
tell you. See Joe Abdul with Beer, if he's
That's right.
listening. He told me a story one time. He just congratulations, C. Joe. He just got his black belt. I heard on Facebook. I saw it in BJJ, right?
Yes, he did. Yes. BJJ.
So
Yes.
so he's trained. He was trained in the early days when I used to go down to Atlanta, right? He 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 was telling me the story when he said, Sayfullaah, I was on the floor. We was training, and my partner was doing the move on me. So I told my partner, I said, well, if I was doing Sanukas, that wouldn't work. He said, what you mean? He said, no, it wouldn't work. He said, well, show me what you saw. He said, you sure? He said, yeah, show me. So he got Cecil locked up, put the lock on tried to put the Cecil in the lock, and Cecil took his two fingers and poked him in the eyes. He said, oh, you ain't going to do that. He said, this is Sanukas. We don't have no rule. So this is, my students, we go to 3 tournaments a year, but it was never to get it the trophy. It was a way to test our art against other martial artists. You know, so sometimes students doing the rollout on the person, they got disqualified.
Exactly.
But I told her, hey, it worked, right? You saw that it works. I guess another system. So yeah, Doc wasn't a proponent of tournaments because of the and there may be other instructors, cycle can tell you even more than I can. But I know from the rules and regulations and the restrictions that you have, it's not realistic to a real street situation.
Right, because there's no rules. I mean, I've done club security, or we've done security to fight drugs and all that back in the day, and there is no rules on the street. You get attacked by knife, hypodermic needle, guns, all of that. There's no rules, so I totally understood and concur with it. And even to who was his first champion, of course, Grandmaster Lumumba. As
Yes.
we remember, one of the first champions. Big up to Grandmaster Lumumba. He's still doing his thing. And Tai Chi. Yeah, I got a picture. Matter of fact, I got a picture of y'all sitting together. Hold on one second. I'm gonna share that picture real quick of y'all sitting together. There it is. I got the picture coming up right now. Here it is. All of y'all. Grandmaster Urban is there. All of y'all.
Oh, that's Dog 6. Yeah.
Yes, all of
you. Igram. I went to his event. Yeah, I was glad to be. Look, I was in good company.
Yeah, I was there when y'all was there. I was watching.
That's why you pulled me on the table to do an interview with me. That's right.
Do a quick interview. That's right. I pulled you on the table because I knew it was important to talk to people like you, and how important it is that, even with this picture here with you and Doc back in the day. Look at that picture.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Yes. That's 2004. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I gave that's the first time I decided. I saw what Doc did in 2003. I went to a seminar. I said, I should have something from Doc. So I had a seminar, not a banquet. That's how I started. It's a seminar at night, and Doc had Doc in a hotel It was the Holiday Inn then, and he came. So the next day, I was in his room, and I was asking, could I get you anything? And we talking about the bean pie. So that's when he told me. He said, he said, I like the way you put things, you organize things. Sayfullaah. He said, my daughter Cheryl, she helps do my Hall of Fame. So the next one, I want you to work with my daughter Cheryl on the Hall of Fame. I said, whatever you want, Doc. And I was going to go out, but then he called me. He said, come in. He said, take this picture with me. Now at the time, I wasn't taking photos.
Wow.
I wasn't taking no photos at all, right? So I'm looking like, and the brother that's in back of us, right? He's motioning me, come on. I said, I gonna take photos. I'm gonna tell Doc I'm gonna take photos. I'm saying no to Dr. Moses Power. So I'm thinking about those. He said, get over here. So I'm gonna get over and take this picture. So I said, well, you know what? Let me go. But I'm glad I did, because a picture worth 1,000 words, man. And I wouldn't have had no proof that I actually was that close to Dr. Moses Power like that.
That's right.
He always called and checked on me, because he said, how's your teacher? How's McBride doing? He always wanted to know about how my teacher was doing.
Right.
Yeah, I have a great love and respect for Dr. Moses Power.
And with all the things that's going on, not with just Doc, but also the system of Professor V's system, Vjitsu, V Arnis, and all of that. Because we still consider them family. They're family to us. That's a family, because Doc said that was his teacher. You can't disrespect that root. You can't disrespect the root.
That's right.
So, did you ever get to train with Professor V back in the day also?
No, I didn't get the chance to train with Professor V, but I got the chance to train with his students. And I learned to tase, and I enjoyed doing them, until Doc said we don't do that. So, and then he also told me I used to also do the basic forward blocking, the stuff from Comite Rue. I used to do that, and I did that, but I stopped because Doc, I heard Doc told me personally, and then I heard him tell one of the instructors right to his face, we don't do that, and I can still put a bump on the nickel.
So for him to tell you that, I know Doc was adamant about that. Sometimes Sanukis will make whatever you learning better. Why would he tell you to remove that or don't do that?
He said because he said we don't. That's not us. That's not Sanukis.
Okay.
That's something else. So if you want to learn that, he didn't tell you that you couldn't go learn it.
Okay.
But he said don't mix it.
Don't
with
mix it up.
You know what I'm saying? And call it something else.
Right.
So that was his.
Right. Don't dilute his system. Okay,
exactly.
I got it. Don't dilute it. Always present it pure. And I know he used to say that about presenting it pure to the young people. Because him and I had some real deep conversations over there at When Worlds Collide, before classes and all that kind of stuff, while we're getting our hair cut with GM Anthony's brother at that time, And I wrote an article in a newspaper about him too. And I told him, yo, Doc, you got to write your book, man. You got to put this book out, man. And just like I'll tell you, you got to put your book out, man. Stop playing.
He assigned his daughter Sadiqa to do his book.
Okay.
And she was collecting some information. I don't know what she did, but now she's a producer for movies and stuff now.
Okay.
So I'm still hoping that she'll get a chance to eventually do what her father, asked her to do.
That would be beautiful. I got to contact Cheryl and see if they're doing that. I definitely would like to find out. Let me share one of your videos from YouTube, if you don't mind, and we're gonna share that video.
Is this from the movie I did, Watch Your Back?
This one, it says Warrior Within, the Warrior Within. That's what this is.
That's in the warehouse.
Yes, that's in the warehouse. So I'm gonna share it right now. Okay, family, check this out.
We leave this as a declaration of intent, so no one will be confused. 1. If you want peace, prepare for war. 2. Sayfullaah and his students are dead. They died during their training.
Whose voice is that?
That's my student Sulaiman. That's him right there.
3. In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue justice, natural justice. Four, this is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive. It's an emotional response. No, this is not vengeance. This is punishment.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Now, if y'all want the full video, family, let's get out a round of applause. I'm going to put it in the link. If y'all want to watch the full video, I will put it in the link. I'll put it in the link right now. The link is in here right now. If you want to see the full video, it's a beautiful, they doing a train scene. They do all different types of scenes. It's a beautiful, beautiful video. You know, one thing I always admired when you did your demos was your precision. You and Soke Hassan Khalid, y'all had this speed and this precision that came with it. And y'all, and I'm watching Professor Zahalia put her whole dance movement and a flow to it. And because Doc told her to put that dance movement into it. Yep. How you developed that through your training? How was it that you were able to develop that precision and that flow that you had so
well? When I started, I started with this knowing the same practice makes perfect, and then I had to change that.
Yes,
because perfect practice makes perfect. So, my hours of training. Well, when I trained in New York, what we were taught was that we trained in the dojo, but we also had to have that time outside of the dojo. So I had an hour in the morning. And then I had to get my hour in the evening, and then I had to, in the afternoon when I came home from school. And then I had to get my regular training in the dojo. And I kept that schedule. You know, when I came to Philadelphia, one of the hardest things was for me to do was to put everything into 1 hour. Because our class sometimes would be anywhere from 2 hours to 4 hours long.
That's right.
Exercising itself was just about 45 minutes to an hour.
Right.
Then you got into your base, your kihon, your basic, you know. And then your kata, then your self-defense or kumite, sparring. So I was used to that routine, and I passed it on to my students, and I kept that. Even now with the illness that I'm going through, I still get my training in because it's very, very important, and I'm very happy that I had that rigid training.
Yes.
Because it moved me up to accomplish of being the New York PKA super lightweight world champion, and also winning the gold medal, up in Pittsburgh at the international tournament, fighting against some world class champions from around the world. So that training, gave me that ability to, I was my own self motivator. And by being consistent, I don't know if we have time, but maybe one thing I'll tell you about what I did to train for that fight. I didn't have nobody, come on, Rocky. I had nobody behind me like that. I had the voice of my instructors in my head.
Self-motivated. Right.
And I knew what I had to do, to survive. Not so much to win, but to survive.
That's right.
So, so that's how, you have to be consistent, and you have to be faithful and truthful to your training. You
Yes,
know,
sir. Yes, sir.
we shall endeavor to build our character, as we say in our Dojo Kun. We shall, the second one, we shall be faithful to our studies. Faithful.
Faithful.
Right? Some of us not even faithful to our own selves. Could be
That's right.
doubting our own selves,
Yes.
but we have to be faithful. We shall cultivate courage and tenacity. Those two words are very important. You
Yes,
have to have courage and you have to be tenacious. You have to stick to it no matter what.
no
You
matter what.
know, we have to be out there in the snow,
Yep.
in the snow barefoot,
Very
training,
trained. Yep.
and then in the wintertime, since they would open all the windows and the door, that cold air coming in there, you drop, right? And then in the summertime, you lock the doors, lock the windows and everything, all that heat. So you had, and then sometimes you talking about kata.
Yes, sir.
What I loved about the kata training was when he poured the water on the floor. We do the kata first, regular, right? You
Yeah.
get through it, kia and everything, right?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, he comes with a bucket of water and pour the water on the floor. All right, now do the kata again. Now you have to adjust to a different environment.
That's right.
It's a
Yep.
different feeling. How
right.
you people sitting on the floor, they sliding down and they falling
Yep.
all over the place, right? But you there, because you know how to breathe, you know how to make the moves correctly to adjust that your body weight and your body movement so that you don't slip and fall and hurt yourself. So
On
that training,
terrain.
that's all. And
Right.
then also the other thing is that we used to practice um how can I say 5 times without forms. First 2 times in slow motion.
Mhm.
Then the second 2 times half speed. And then the fifth time full speed.
Right.
So the
Right.
first 2 times you got to really got the ingredients of the motion, what you were doing. That way, a lot of people thought when I came on the scene, they used to say Shotokan is rigid, it's strict, it's rough. No. When you get up there high up in the rank, it's very like you do a kata like Unsu, you don't see no rigidness in Unsu. Unsu is a smooth kata that moves from position to position, movement to movement. And Derek Williams Yoshi, that's his favorite kata. That ought to be mine too. That when we're, you know, he shows that fluidity when he performs that kata. So keeping that fluid. Tape number 4. I don't like tape number 4. I had to go to New York, and this is me getting myself together with my teacher, Grandmaster Sayfullaah. So I'm on there. So so Doc says, I think you have to give him some oil. So like to that say like the person was moving. I think we have to go get him some oil and Lucy
Gotta give him some oil, huh? Oil him up, so he can move with more flow.
so we keep that concept,
Yes, sir.
of not I've seen karate practitioners,
Yes, sir.
at brute force and they don't know how to release, expand, the muscles and then contract the muscles at the right proper time.
Right.
So that's how you keep that fluidity in there,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
by keeping that kind of mind, because if you get stuck out there being tight, man, you fighting about the most people I had attack me and I got through, that was 40 people. But you out there fighting those people, you can't
Stiffen up.
you can't be taking no pictures.
That's
Ooh,
right.
you ain't got time for that, baby.
Got no time for taking it.
Uh,
Grandmaster, thank you so much. Let's talk about let's talk about, of course, the big seminar coming up on
yeah.
the 13th of June. A few weeks now, 2 weeks now. We got to look into it now, family. Everybody, call that number 610-504-3833, or you can go directly to the link. It's pinned to the top of the chat, but I will post it in the chat again so y'all can go directly to it, just in case you want to go and you're in the Atlantic City area, or you can fly in or drive in, whatever you got to do, whatever. You got to be one of those saints when they come marching in. You want to be one of them saints, come marching in and come and enjoy this great seminar that's happening over there on June the 13th, 2026 from 1 to 4 p.m. My great brother, my great Grandmaster Sayfullaah, any last word for my audience?
Georgie Woods is a WDS radio announcer here. Now he used to say, "This is Sunday." He used to say, "Don't eat chicken on Sunday because it put a soul in your hole. I mean, put a hole in your soul, right?" So I'm saying that everybody, I appreciate you. I'd like to see you come out. I'd like to see your face at that place. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
and we're gonna have a well, like James Brown would say, gotta have a funky good time. So we're gonna
Oh,
we're
good
gonna
time.
we're gonna get down. We're gonna have a great time. The last thing I want to say is that when I said in that piece that you showed, it
Yeah.
said that Sayfullaah and his students have died in the dojo. I learned that from New York. Our
Mm,
teacher told us to train, and that you train so much that you die in the dojo. So when you meet that opponent out in the street, you're not worrying about your life. You don't know you gave your life up. You're already dead. So they can't kill you, again. So you're done. So
right.
you're not now. You're not you're going into combat.
Right.
It's the warrior within, right?
Right.
The doc said. 'Cause we didn't touch upon that. But the doc said you go in as one and come out as two. You go
Mm,
in as one and come out as two. And then you go. So you bring that warrior spirit, that boxing mindset to every early mind.
yes.
You're ready for anything. You
Yes, sir.
know,
Yes,
you
sir.
you you train to be ready for anything that can come. You
That's
know,
right.
and with that being said, I just want to say
Thank
it's
you.
been a pleasure. And look, King Simon, I look.
Oh,
You've been watching since 19 at the '80s. I said, this guy, boy, I appreciate that. He's somebody, you and Professor James, I guess y'all have my back.
we watching, brother. We pay attention, man. We paid
Yeah.
attention. And
But
thank you
yeah,
so much.
we'll have a good time, and
Yes.
just get your tickets early
Yes,
and
sir.
come on out.
Thank
Come on out, ask questions. Come out as a spectator, come out as a participant, but come on out.
Come on
Have
out.
let's have fun for that day. I want to see your face in that place.
Thank you so much, beloved. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Thank you very much,
Wa
man.
alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Shukran.
Afwan, afwan. Be safe out there. All right. Take care, brother. All right.
Uh,
All right. Us. Yes, that's the great Grandmaster Sayfullaah. Man, what a beautiful brother. What a beautiful spirit. What a beautiful energy. He has some jokes, man. He has some real jokes. Doc was a comedian himself, but he was real about what he said. But again, it's happening on June the 13th. The ticket link is pinned to the top of the chat if you're going to be in Atlantic City or you can make it out there. You might as well get taught by some of the best. I mean, Soke Osei is going to be and various other people. Believe me, you're going to want to enjoy this particular thing that's going down. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. Very good conversation with our elder. And man, I'm so happy to be a part of the Sanukas Rule self-defense system, and also very proud to have even met Professor V myself. Never trained with him, but met him in the train and met him at When Worlds Collide. Very beautiful brother, man. When I met Dr. Moses Powell's teacher, and just Dr. Moses Powell and his conversation and his ability to be able to talk and converse with other brothers wherever we were. Doc would talk to us. And I remember we was at Osei's dojo, and Doc seen me at the door. He punched me in the face. He punched me in the face and punched me in the stomach. He punched me in the stomach first and then hit me in the face. He said, "All right, you got a tight stomach, but a glass jaw. What's going on?" So Doc was hilarious, man. So I love how he always said that kind of stuff, and he was quick with whatever he says. And again, his students like Grandmaster Sayfullaah and all the greats, man, believe me, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn today. When you learn from them, you're gonna learn today. All right, so. Family, have a great day, afternoon, or evening. I hope y'all enjoyed this great interview. I hope y'all enjoy Grandmaster Sayfullaah. Remember, the next interview will be in the series of Black Music Month. Starting off the month will be our legend, one of our living legends right here, John Carr, music coach, music life coach, respected vocalist and composer. He sung a tribute to the women at the Million Women March, the Million Women's March in Philadelphia, and the great state over there. Was it Philadelphia, Washington? I think they did it in Washington D.C., but we'll confirm all that. Of course, I didn't get to go, but it was a women's march. It was a great thing. I know the people in Philadelphia really put a lot of effort to put that together. The sisters and all the sisters that did that. But we're going to talk about that on June the 3rd. Learning to find your unique voice. If you want to be a singer, whatever, a performer, you need to find your unique voice. All right. Very important. And remember, on the 6th, we will be at the Billie Holiday Theater, 638-6700, 6700. That's 638-6700. That's 718 area code. Go to iaafestival.org. That's iaafestival.org. And tell them that, hey, yo, King Simon sent you if you want to be at the libation ceremony on June the 7th. And also June the 6th, if you want to be on this online complimentary conference, make sure you call them at 404-753-7237. That is the Baruti family right there. It's happening online. For couples, it's $40. Single people, $25. And for teen, it's only $12. You can contact or email Baruti at yahoo.com and tell them that King Simon sent you again. If you want to do a numerovation session with me, text me your full name and date of birth, 347-496-1022. I got the pre-recorded 10-minute and 15-minute sessions, and I got the 30-minute and 60-minute session where you talk to me directly. All services are 10% off all the way until my grandmother's birthday on June the 22nd. So if you want to get it done, people are texting, people are calling, people are linking up with me. Go ahead, let's unlock all of the information together to help you. Because remember, numbers don't lie, and they help you to align, act, and elevate. That's what we're here to make you do and hell to guide you. Remember, it's all about guidance. Big up to my my daughter-in-law, so to speak, the one, the only Empress Elizabeth. Make sure you book an appointment. She deals with the CBD oil. She's also an esthetician. Also, she's a massage therapist. I think she helps out with that, so she can help you with any aches and pains and all that. Make sure you contact her. My son is doing great work at the studio, Green Studio NYC. Make sure you support what he's doing. And he also have a rental space that you can rent a space. He also do open mics the last Saturday of every month. Make sure you support that. They got a big one coming up on June the 27th with a I believe they're doing a painting. His wife is curating a painting event, and then an open mic right after. So it's going to be a major turnout happening at this new event space that they have over there on Irving Avenue in the Bushwick area. And make sure you go ahead and contact that number right there. Those two numbers right there will get you into the open mic and also get you into any events, and the email right there. So make sure you go ahead and support my son in every way. Big up to the Coquito Empress, of course. Make sure you support her and what she's doing. And she got some great Coquito, Virgin, Mild, and Strongs. Support our sponsors, what they're doing. And, of course, big up to my man, A.G. White, Kenny Williams. Imagine Michelle and my brother, DJ Pleasure, will be doing their thing on June the 12th at IHOP over there on Flatlands, right across the street from CCC, that Christian community center. That's going to be powerful. So make sure I'm going to be there, I think, for the early show, and then I'm going to leave if I decide to stay for the late show. But I like to get home early and enjoy life. Big up to Nicholas Brooklyn. I was over there yesterday. Nicholas Culture. I know Lloyd Strayhorn was there today also. Big up to Lloyd and Nicholas and the whole crew. 10% off if you just show that flyer. And remember, check out my audiobook in my membership at King Simon Presents. And also go to Udemy to take my course, take my classes, my introductory course in numerology, and get all my books on Amazon, or go to my Linktree /King Simon the Numerovator. Family, it's been fun, but I gotta run. It is what it is, family. We had a great time with Grandmaster Sayfullaah right here. Again, make sure you support. If you're in the Atlantic City area or the surrounding areas in New Jersey, or you can fly in, you want to learn how to defend yourself on multiple levels, make sure you support. And remember, on June the 27th, Long Beach, California, my beautiful sister, Raw Life Self-Defense, is going to be doing her thing on June the 27th at the Yogalution Movement and Wellness Center in Long Beach, California. And then in Fort Lauderdale, my dojo nephew, the son of GM Hakeem, believe me, Professor Imhotep is very good with children, women, and also men. Make sure you go out to his seminar on August the 15th in Long Beach. In Fort Lauderdale, California. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. That's Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Big up to Lloyd Strayhorn all the time. He was over there at nicholas-lloyd-strayhorn.com. Make sure y'all support Lloyd Strayhorn and find out where you got to do. Find out through your GPS of numeration or numerology. He's the man over there at Nicholas also, okay? So family, regardless of land, labor, or language, there's but one creative force. I don't care what you call him or her. Give honor, all right? Big up to Dr. Khalid who said that. Big up to Professor and Dr. B himself. He said, I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I'm grateful and thankful for my life. And remember what the late, great Dr. Blair used to say. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open up my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth and your love now. Family, have a great day, afternoon, or evening, whatever time you may be watching this, all 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth. Peace out. I love you. Take care.